another Bangertorial. Thank you very much for coming along again. We're going to talk about tools. It's effectively tool time at the moment, and the reason I want to talk about tools is that sometimes very unusual things can be used as tools, rather than the conventional. Because sometimes conventional tools aren't great. I suppose I should be talking about working on a car or something, but actually the other day I had to fish a shower, and let me get this, what I needed was a wrench. I needed a wrench to disconnect and connect the mains water to the shower, and what I found was that this was not useful at all. It wouldn't even go over the nut, and I'm the biggest nut. There was no room to move it. You couldn't manoeuvre it at all, really. There wasn't very much I could do, and I just thought, oh no, I don't want to have to completely deconstruct a shower cubicle, which would have been quite impossible. But what I did think, I need a really small one of these. So what I did was I got an old adjustable wrench and cut off the handle. So I made it so it's like that. It went on. I could do it with my hand, and so it was fairly straightforward. I could tighten it quite well, loosen it. So all I did was cut that off. Because I'm a bit stupid, I put a silly little picture of a man and put the Bangernomics logo on there as well, just in case I take it to Dragon's Den. And this will probably come in useful, I hope, at some stage when I'm messing around with the car. But yeah, that worked really well, and it made me think that there's some sort of quite unusual items that we use as tools. What have I got in my pocket here? I've got a Portuguese letter opener. Someone bought that back from Portugal many years ago, and it was a pretty useless thing, really. But I now use this. I've been using this for many years, and it's a bit bent, so I might take it over there to the bench and straighten it out before I leave the garage. I use it to poke stuff, I use it to release stuff, I use it to get something that I've dropped. Mostly it's used to prise things open, or get into places that you really shouldn't. And I've used this this is my go-to tool. It's one of the most useful things that I have in my arsenal of things. So there you go, letter opener, well done to me. And what I've got here is also very useful, even though it doesn't work in its original form. It looks very much like one of those Star Wars lightsaber things. Before you press the button and it goes and makes the whirring sound. But this is a Black & Decker electric screwdriver from a million years ago. It stopped working a long time ago. I used to put it into a holster to charge, and after a few years it just didn't work anymore. But because it's so nice and large, I've got really good purchases, but it's a really tough screw to undo. This works every single time. You put it on and it will do it. Also, my hand isn't what it was. It's a bit arthritis-y, and I find this a bit easier to use when I need to use a manual screwdriver. So it's also a metaphor for an electric vehicle once the batteries run out, because an electric car with the batteries that don't work is just a giant paperweight, really, and this actually is useful. So even though this doesn't do what it was supposed to do originally, it still works. So there you go. Tools are useful. Tools are good. If you want to share any of your interesting tools with me, that would be great. We could do our own sort of tool time. But just making the point that you don't need fancy stuff. Sometimes old, seemingly useless items still work very, very effectively. Thank you very much for watching, and please like and subscribe, and come back and see us again very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.